Hey everyone, this is Ian at ESLExperts.com. Today I want to show you 3 games that you can find at the shop to work on 3 different grammar points with your students today. Let's take a look. Up first is the verb and verb construction game, or verbs on verbs on verbs. So this game is concerned with the construction of putting one verb after another. So the question is, what type of structure does a verb need after it? Does it need a gerund, infinitive, or object plus infinitive? So this game is great to get your students to memorize some of those structures. You can see with the PDF, there are several different variants in the instructions and lots of game material. So the game material consists of the first half of sentences and the second halves of sentences. And students are going to play different ways of different variants of putting the correct structures together in order to make a grammatically correct sentence, right? And at the end, there's even this really nice reference chart for your students that you can give at the beginning of the class, or you can give it to them after so that they can review by themselves at home. When you play with the virtual version that comes with it, those sentence halves come in JPEGs. And so you can use that to play some kind of fun mixing and matching verb and verb construction games as well. Pronoun game here is only for direct and indirect objects, so pronouns as direct and indirect objects. Again, if we look at the PDF, we'll see that there are several different variants on how to play. There are also different colored game cards. Each game card is going to give you a different type of challenge for your students, but it is definitely a point scoring game, so the student with the most points at the end of the game wins. And of course, as always, lots of game material, lots of replay value, and lots of learning opportunities. When you look at the virtual version, all of those game cards that you just saw are going to be in JPEG format so that you can flip through them and play those challenges with your Zoom classes, or even project them onto the screen in your classroom, and that way you don't have to print or cut anything out. And we have A Day in the Life, which of course is going to be a past simple game, mostly for your beginner students. When we look at the PDF, you can see that there are different variants of the activity that you'll be able to play. So you can switch it up, you can make it a little bit more difficult, you can have a little bit more fun with it. And then of course, lots of game material. So it consists of story cards, which is what the situation they're going to be writing about. And then they have the actual action cards, which are going to build the story. It's a mixture of irregular and regular verbs, which is going to be the main point of this activity, is identifying which are regular and which are irregular. And this is the game board where they're going to be placing their action cards and then organizing the actions of that particular story. And then we have a list of irregular verbs right here for your students. When you look at the online version, same thing. All of the game cards are put into JPEG format. So you've got your story cards that they can play with, and then of course the action cards like this. It's not everything we have, but it's everything I've got for you today. Check out the links in the description below. That'll take you to all the products you just saw. Also, there's a link to the freebies section, and if you sign up for the newsletter, you're going to get three resources a bit similar to what you just saw for free in your mailbox, so you can test them out and see if you like what we've got. And once you do that, go back over to ESLExperts.com, download some more, and as always, teach better.